What's up, YouTube audience? TheDreadMan is back, and I've been on YouTube for almost 4 years, and for the people who are watching, you're gonna be surprised that me of all people haven't talked about this subject sooner. But I want to talk about, of course, well, I mean, because I know there's a few of my subscribers who don't live in America. But anyway, I want to talk about the legal status and basically about marijuana in general. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is like to you guys, for the people who smoke it and the people who don't. I mean, is marijuana, you know, pot, hemp, hash, cannabis, weed, grass, you know, basically any other street name for it. But to y'all, is marijuana considered to be a real drug? I mean, I don't really think it's considered. I don't really think it should be considered a drug. But then again, if you look at any medical dictionary, you would see that a drug can be considered anything that alters your, you know, average way of thinking or alters your mind anyway. But shit, NyQuil does that. Aspirin does that. I mean, like any other over-the-counter drug does that. So I guess, you know, it would be considered what you think a real drug would be. Like, shoot, when I think of drug, I think of the hardcore shit. You know, like crack, cocaine, speed, crystal meth, heroin, shrooms. You know, I think it's hardcore shit when I think of drug. I mean, you know, shit that can pretty much kill you. I mean, but the only real thing in marijuana that you would really, one thing about marijuana that's in it is the ingredient THC, and that can cause brain cell loss, but that's pretty much the only thing in it. But for people who smoke weed, or for people who know the side effects of weed, like you know, increase of appetite, it can make you sleepy, and it'll make things funnier than they actually are. But anyway, I won't speak too much on that. But as far as legal status of marijuana, well, like I said, I live in America, and I know that it's legal in Canada, and it's legal, you know, outside of other countries, you know, besides America, especially European countries. But in Canada, it's legal, but you can only have a gram on you. And you know, for people who know weed, a gram is only enough for like a joint or maybe a joint or something. But anyway, it's nuts because like there's a lot more dangerous things than marijuana. I mean, like look at cigarettes. Cigarettes are perfectly. Cigarettes, like, you know, all those chemicals in cigarettes, you know, all the chemicals that the tobacco is laced with, because that's just not 100% pure tobacco. You know, they do lace it with other ingredients like urea, stuff that you put in bleach, all things that can pollute your lungs and everything. And yeah, marijuana, like, it's nothing but just a plant that grows on Earth. I mean, like some people say, hey, there's a whole bunch of other things that that's from the earth that shouldn't go in your body, like iron. Well, too much of iron will mess up your body. But anyway, it's I mean, as far as like the legality of marijuana, I do think that they should legalize it in America. But I think they should just legalize it on these conditions. Well, one, you have to be over 18 to buy it. Two, you do have to have a prescription, you know, for medical marijuana. And like if you third one, I think that they should have a marijuana tax, because you know whether you have a prescription for marijuana or not to smoke it, you know, there are going to be people who use it recreationally. I mean, like I said, you know, with this over-the-counter drugs, like, you know, there's certain kind of pills like Vicodin and Xanax. You can get those over the counter, and those are perfectly legal. And you hear more about people dying from overdoses of those than you would from, you know, marijuana. But yeah, ignore that. But yeah. Anyway, what do you guys think of the overall status of marijuana? One, do you think that it should really be considered a legal drug or an illegal drug? And two, do you think it should be legalized? And if so, you know, what conditions do you think should be legalized under? Alright, I'm out, y'all. Thanks for listening. Peace.